Yes, guys, welcome back to SFeatleyTV, and we're here for the preview for Arsenal versus Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium on Sunday evening. I've got T-Ho, Monstar, and Josh with us. How you doing, Monstar?
Good, man. You lot can hear me, yeah? Let me just...
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How you lot doing? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you, Josh?
Doing very well, thank you very much. For a day in a row on your channel, Stephen, what more could I need to complete an amazing week?
Thank you very much. We've got T-Ho as well. How are you, mate?
Doing good. Got my second vaccination today, so all as well.
Brilliant. Nice to hear. Just go through the chat first of all. Big up Stephen Monstar in the chat. Big up fellas. Big up Talk Menu. I hope you're well, mate. Hi Josh, T-Ho, and Monstar. So yeah, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Now, obviously, I would probably be a little bit confident, but obviously, with where Arsenal are at the minute, it's a complete car disaster. I mean, Monstar, from an opposition point of view, how do you see Arsenal at the minute?
It's just a mess, you know? It is a mess. It's... I need to be careful with what I say here because I don't want to come across xenophobic or anything like that, but the owners, they're a joke. That's all. They're a joke, a big joke.
Yeah, and it stems from the top, and when you got that at the top, it then filters all the way through. T-Ho, obviously with Arsenal at the minute, like obviously we had a car disaster with Brentford, and like the next two games we're looking at, we could end up no points and at the bottom of the table by the third game in, which is for Arsenal standards, it's not very good at all. Right, it's appalling.
We haven't lost the first 3 matches since 1913.
Yeah, so I mean, it seems to me that like Arteta and this board and the whole club as a general, this whole regime is trying to break every single record that shouldn't be broken. I mean, Josh, you must be extremely confident as a Chelsea fan going into this game.
No, because no matter how bad Arsenal have played over the years, if it's under Wenger, Unai Emery, Michael Arteta, Arsenal always get up for Chelsea. Like, no matter what the game is, no matter the situation, no matter if it's the Emirates or Stamford Bridge, Arsenal always seem to turn up against us. I actually don't remember the last time we actually did the double over Arsenal in the league season because our last few years at the Emirates have not been particularly good. I know obviously the loss of the Emirates last season was the start of Lampard's fall. The season before that under Sarri, we played absolutely woefully. And the season before that under Conte, we were outplayed. So it's not a happy underground for Chelsea. No matter how bad Arsenal play, it seems like Arteta has some type of special team talk that he likes to have for Chelsea, which I can't wait to see in this Amazon documentary for what he says about Chelsea. But you know, if I'll be a bit more confident if Lukaku plays, but there's just something about Arsenal that always just like playing against Chelsea. I don't know why. I don't know what the logic is, but you know, I on the first ever time I was on your channel, you and I think it was you had another Arsenal fan on, and you were all saying as you felt you had no chance in the game, and then you go and beat us, and you were one of the worst forms, one of the worst forms of that in the season. So it's just something about Arsenal that Chelsea do not like, and I'm a bit worried about the game in that aspect. I'm sure Monster's probably with me on that, knowing that Arsenal always have something in the tank for us, which you don't have for any other team in the bloody league.
Yeah, well, I mean, last season they beat us under Lampard, but obviously we were having issues with Lampard, and then when they beat us with Tuchel, I think that was more obviously the problems Chelsea had with finishing. I think this season that's been addressed, even though we haven't really seen Lukaku, but as well, Arsenal have real big problems. Do you know what I mean? And I don't even know if Lacazette and Aubameyang are going to play this. They've been saying that
they're out. They're not going to
play. I've been hearing that they might be out. Don't know if they're officially confirmed out yet, but they could be out for this game. And if they're out,
from what I've heard, they're not playing.
Yeah, if they're not playing, then I see no reason why Chelsea should lose that game.
I have the perfect picture to sum up Arsenal at the moment.
Oh God, go for it. That's Arsenal. We're going backwards. Yes, absolutely. I mean, I mean, like Arsenal fans, you want to try and have confidence, but unlike last season, it just doesn't seem to be at the minute that we're gaining every sort of confidence whatsoever. It just doesn't seem to be that there's no sort of like most Arsenal fans don't seem to have any hope. I mean, when I was going into this game or going into this season, I was not even registering this season as anything that we could have successful by. Losing into Brentford just sort of tops it off of how problems are. And then you then go in the transfer market and you see players like Ramsdale. You see players like, I mean, Odegaard's not exactly great, but he's not exactly terrible. But we should be getting better than that. And you wonder why Arsenal are in so many problems. And those players aren't going to address those problems. And I think nothing's going to address the problems whilst I think the owners are here. And that's why there's going to be, apparently there's a protest at 3 p.m. on Sunday before the game. But it's worrying as an Arsenal fan. Like, you're getting to a point of why bother? It's not going to change. And it's just going to get worse. How long Arteta stays, I don't know. I mean, how long do you think Arteta stays for you?
I think he stays the length of his contract. I don't think they're going to fire him.
Wow.
Can't see it.
I mean,
if Arsenal were a serious club, they would have sacked him a long time ago. The guy finished 8th and 8th. Should not be there. But they're not a serious club, so I can see him staying.
Yeah. I mean, Josh, do you agree with that?
I do agree. Things around the club, things around the club are incredibly toxic within the fan base, and there's been some rumors about certain players, questioning Michael Arteta. A lot of players, like I said, such as Aubameyang, Lacazette, Thomas Partey, these Bernd Leno, these are players that maybe are starting to show they didn't want to play for the manager anymore. It's very clear that each growing day goes on, the fan base is turning on him. Even the Arteta's in are starting to become Arteta out. So it'd be hard to see how he doesn't get sacked, but at the same time, I just don't. The Arsenal board aren't ruthless, and I think Arteta will probably stay around unless unless to the fact that you're in a relegation battle, like legitimately around Christmas. Stephen, I feel bad for you because Arteta is going to stay around for quite a while yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any sort of relief, any in sight with this manager, do you?
Oh, fuck no. I watched Arteta in before the Brentford game, and I'm contemplating my decisions on being Arteta in, because holy fuck, how is he going to bring us any closer to being better? It's like you've said a lot of times, Steve. He's the puppet behind the Kroenke. He's not gonna leave, I think. I hope he fucking leaves. I hope he walks out of the door and he never comes back again, because it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times this season we've been told to be positive, but just what is there to be positive about? I don't see anything to be positive about. Switching it to Chelsea, I mean, people have their doubts over signing Lukaku, but for me, I'd say he's still gonna tear up the league. And now he's gone back to Chelsea. I mean, how do you see it, Monstar, with Lukaku? Because I see he's gonna do well.
I just see it as Chelsea need a striker, someone to score goals, someone to finish the chances we create, because we create a lot of them. And finally, we found that person. If he could just put away, even if you say just over a quarter of the chances we create, then Chelsea are in serious business this season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, Josh, do you feel have full confidence Lukaku could do really well for you at Chelsea now?
Yes, well, I do agree with what Monstar said. I was screaming for a striker for the whole of this window. Saying that was Lukaku made us from a team fighting for the top 4 to a team that goes for the league. You know, I thought it was as simple as that. As much as I love Tammy Abraham, I just never felt he was a guy who could take us to that next level in terms of fighting for the league. I mean, as someone who came off the bench, yeah, but at the same time, he's probably too good to be a bench player. I just don't think he was that level. I think Roma's a very, very good team, and Jose Mourinho's a very good manager for him to kind of work under. But no, Lukaku's I think Lukaku's a very good signing. Maybe yes, a bit too much money, but I think that was always going to be the case because there is a very many strikers going around the transfer window as Manchester City are finding out the hard way, with obviously trying to deal with Daniel Levy. So I'm very happy with that. I'm intrigued to see what Thomas Tuchel does with Lukaku. Will he just play him in the lone striker role, or will we see maybe a bit of a change with Timo Werner up front with Lukaku and try and recreate like a Lautaro Martinez Lukaku type partnership with Werner? So I'll be intrigued to see how that goes. But I'm genuinely excited. Just to say to whoever that Chelsea fan was today, who shouted towards Werner in the open training session is a disgrace to the fan base, and he is by far not a Chelsea fan. I hope he's never back at Stamford Bridge again, because that was utterly disgraceful. And Timo Werner did just post on Twitter there saying thanks for all the love and support received today. Blues fans really appreciate it, because I thought it was a disgrace by whoever that Chelsea fan was saying that in an open training session. And I hope he's never at Stamford Bridge ever again.
Yeah, I mean, what the guy did, I'm not going to go as far as say he's not a Chelsea fan. I can't really judge who's a Chelsea fan and who's not. I mean, I just know I'm a real Chelsea fan, innit? But what the guy did was, it was wrong. You don't do that. It was disgusting, innit? So, yeah, it was wrong. It was wrong. Simple as that. Simple as that. It was wrong of him. He shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, like, as much as you might have your own issues with a certain player or anything, you don't bring it out like that, and it's wrong. Whatever you, because these things can have a detrimental impact on sort of player's mentality. I mean, I think he knows he's struggling. He probably doesn't need the abuse on top of that at all, not at any sort of level. So, yeah, it's totally wrong.
I don't want to go pointing fingers or anything, but I know it just feels like it's happening to a lot of Chelsea players. You know, Kepa, Werner now. So
When did it happen to Kepa?
With the fans, well, he lost his confidence because of other reasons, but you know, the Chelsea fans didn't help that much with his cause.
No, but that's I mean, the criticism of Kepa, like, that's just every player gets that on social media, but no one really gave him any stick in the stadium or anything like that. What happened with Werner is just what happened with Werner. Do you get what I mean? But with Kepa, with the confidence thing, I mean, yeah, he got stick on social media, but what player doesn't get stick on social media? They all do.
Yeah,
every team's player.
I have to say, I did just see the best thing ever. It was just a picture of the Chelsea squad at the opening training session, and it was every single player who was there last season who did really, really well. And then you've just got Saber Costa there beside the Champions League trophy. It's just like, why? You know, it looks like he's there taking credit for being the Champions League winners, and also like it's just like that one guy you just so out of place. That's just fun thing. Like, you think about the NBA team that we have.
I don't see Zappa Costa's not in the picture, is he?
He is. He's Saber Costa's there.
Oh, he is there. Ampadu's there as well. I don't know why Ampadu and Zappa Costa are there. They weren't part. Even Bakayoko's there. Jesus. No. Actually, I'm wrong. That's Rudiger.
I was going to say.
Right, it used to be like.
No Kante though. No Kante or Pulisic.
No, Kante didn't train.
Might be injured.
I want to see and move on to sort of how Tuchel will go about this game, knowing probably what happened last season and coming into this season. How do you think Monstar will play? Would he set up any different for the way Arsenal might come at him, or would it just be to try and do what you've been doing originally? She started off with a really good win against Crystal Palace.
I think we're just going to do what we did last season. I mean, it was what we did last season. We tried to hammer you guys. You guys sat back and defended well. And obviously that mistake from Jorginho obviously led to a goal from Arsenal, win it. I think we'll probably do the same thing. This time around, we've now got a flat track bully up front. And if I believe if he's got that opportunity, Havertz got that put. Havertz tried to be cheeky and chip the goalkeeper. I believe if Lukaku's there, he probably takes it past him and puts it in the back of the net. So I think this time around, I think with the chances we get this time around with Lukaku there, I think score some of them. So I don't think we need to do much. I don't think we necessarily did anything wrong against Arsenal in that game. I just think we just wasted our chances. That was it. And Arsenal defended well. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to take that away from them. They defended very well.
Yeah, I think that was like the only sort of. I think after getting knocked out in the Europa League and knowing that was it for our season, I think half of it was the pressure off, and half of it was the fact that I think half of it was the fact that was the only way we could sort of play against. I think that was the only way we could play against Chelsea. Knowing that the confidence we had. I mean, Josh, do you see anything different from Tuchel, or do you agree with the same with Monstar that we just go about it the same way?
I do agree with Monstar in terms of, I don't think we played particularly bad, but weirdly enough, ever since that game, I thought the Chelsea players, they kind of give the Chelsea players a bit of kick up the backside at the same time, because Jorginho hasn't had a bad game since that game. He's been exceptional since. Kovacic is exactly the same. Reece James, Kai Havertz. So I feel like sometimes when you lose a game, especially in those circumstances, it can always have a long positive effect, and I think that's what it most definitely had. I don't think Chelsea are going to change their game plan. I think it'll be the same game plan that we've kind of been using over the last few days. We're still going to push the full-back side. We're still going to do the attack, the front three or the front two, whatever, to kind of running behind. And the thing about Arsenal defense is the back four of Arsenal, they've got zero organisation whatsoever. And Arteta's not going to change his 4-2-3-1 because the guy loves that formation. He'll live and die by it, regardless of how well it's working or how well it's not working. So, I think we'll boss the midfield with Jorginho and Kovacic. I don't think Kante will be fit. I think I'll go for Kante to start that game. I feel like if Lukaku does or does not start, I feel like whoever's going to be up for whoever the front three or front two will have a lot of joys in between the lines. I think our fullbacks, I feel like you guys don't really have a proper right back, so Reece James or Alonso will have an absolute field day against whoever your right back is. So I do have a positive. It's just a matter of how does Arteta park the bus, or will he come out and try and attack Chelsea, which will probably be the key difference. If it's a park a bus, we'll probably struggle a bit more because it's still a bit unclear how well we'll create chances and if Lukaku does or does not start. But if you come out and attack us, I think we'll win easily enough. I think I'll be more scared of you parking the bus than more you come out to attack us, because apparently the Arsenal fans aren't really going to be getting behind the team because of Arteta, so I'm not too worried about the atmosphere at the Emirates anyways.
Well, the main thing about I think the fans is that there'll be a protest about 3 p.m. on Sunday, and I mean, whether that does any difference, I don't know. But if you're going to start doing a process, you've got to start doing it, and you've got to start doing it throughout the season. Because, as I said, I mean, Arsenal, the way they are, should not be happening. It should not be happening to such a club like Arsenal. But the way we run, it's not surprising. It's not surprising what's happening to us. And some of the fans, most of the fans, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to be treated to what's this. They pay the highest ticket prices in the league, and then all you watch is what we watch, and it's not on. So hence why probably a lot of people are angry and they want to protest. And well, whether it works, I don't know, but at least it can do some. At least it try and do something, because it's not going to change anytime soon. I don't think Arteta will try anything different. I think he'll just try and play the same way he tried to play against Brentford, and it won't work. We're supposed to have a more defensive coach. The defense looks worse. They've Ben White for 50 million. I don't really want to take too much on him. It's after one game, but it don't look promising from the way it looks like. And it doesn't look like to be any sort of additions coming through the door. apart from your Ramsdale and your Odegaard, which is not great at all. So by the look of it, you can look at the squad and actually it looks worse than it was the season before, and we've spent so much money. So, I mean, Tiho, how do you see it? Do you see Arsenal like trying anything different, or just the same way we've been before?
I don't know. I think Arteta can't see his own problems. I think he'll do the old 4-2-3-1 formation. He's never tried that much different. Maybe sometimes a back three, but very rarely. It was really just his first season which he tried that, and then he converted to a 4-2-3-1. And I think we'll just go the same mindset. I fucking hope we don't, because we need to have a more positive mindset. But I think we'll have just played the same against Brentford, which we shouldn't, because one, Chelsea's a way different team than Brentford, a way better team, and secondly, we're worse. So yeah, I hope we play differently, but I don't see it happening. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. There's no matter what you say, like Arsenal could be fixed. There's so many problems. It's not one solution is going to fix any another. So, yeah, but we'll wait and see. I mean, looking at Chelsea's sort of way the season's looking now, you've got the squad you have. Do you think that you could easily try and win the league this season, Monstar?
I think, yeah, we are favourites to win the league unless City get Harry Kane. If City get Harry Kane, obviously those odds completely change. But as of right now, definitely Chelsea are favourites to win it.
Okay. Josh, what do you say?
I do think in terms of maybe looking at the fact that we have a big number 9, which Manchester City don't, defensively very stable, can't in the midfield.
They ain't got number 9 at all. They ain't got no number 9.
They ain't gone.
No, they're going to number 9 at all. Well, they've got Jesus. if you count him as a number 9 or not. But yes, I do think in terms of in terms of inform and in terms of the overall squad, and we've got obviously really good depth, especially at centre back too. Obviously, maybe getting the Conte from Sevilla. I think we're maybe one midfielder short in midfield, especially now that Conte's out injured. But wing backs extremely well, and then you've got so many different players you can come into the front three, which is actually quite scary. So I do agree that I think so. I just hope that we do score more goals. Thomas Tuchel was even joking about it in this pre-match conference for this game. Was that even said we can't have Jorginho as our top goal scorer again, and laugh. So it doesn't matter if Lukaku scores goals. There's no reason why Chelsea will not be up there by the end of the season, and I think it's quite simple as that. I have no issues with us defensively. We look probably better defensively than what we did last season. So it doesn't matter, if Kai Havertz scores a bit more goals, fair defense, it shouldn't. But like Lukaku does what he's been doing at Inter Milan, this Chelsea team is extremely scary to look up.
Yeah. Stephen, serious question. Other than Chelsea will winning the league, will Arsenal be relegated?
Very serious question.
I don't think it'll be as bad as that. I don't think it'll be as bad as that.
Let's hope so.
Look, if it is bad as that, then God help us. I don't think that's going to happen. As much as it's been bad to start the season, I just don't think it's going to. If we were in a situation like that, I do feel Arsenal will have to step in. The board will have to step in. There are so many things that may go wrong with Arsenal when they face Chelsea, but somehow do think that Arsenal will win it. They have nothing to lose and have to win after all. City is next up. Yeah, but whether they have the problem is the players that I've seen it so far, they've treated like the first game like it was still pre-season. I mean, if you saw the game itself, the players didn't look interested at all. They looked like it was, season ain't started yet, so let's just not bother. I mean, that's that, and you can see that's if they're acting like that with the manager, clearly there's a clear problem. And if the manager can't get him up for the start of the season, then the manager, I'm sorry, has to go. It's as simple as that, and that's a manager problem, not so much a board problem. Like, he controls how these players act on the pitch, and like these players, right? They've got this attitude at the minute where they don't need to do anything because they don't think they're going to win anything. I think they're disillusioned with the whole regime, the whole manager, the way we set up and how we play. They don't think we're gonna actually do anything at all. I don't think we're gonna do.
I really wonder how the fucking dressing room talk show. Like, does he just say, "Yeah, guys, just go out on the pitch, play the ball, do your teammate."
I have to, Stephen. I have to ask you, what do you think about that stat about that you have not won a game in 18 games since losing at half time under Arteta? What does the guy say in the dressing room? Generally, what does he say?
Your guess is as good as mine. Like, this guy, everyone seems to think he does something magical. I don't know. It seems to be magically how to get us to lose a game. I don't think he says anything brilliant in the dressing room. I mean, when you played 18 games, you've won one game. When you're up, like 1-0 down at half time, it clearly shows that he can't turn games around. He can't. I think also that's a part of the fact he doesn't bring on substitutes early on. He doesn't try and change the game straight away. It felt like sometimes when he does his substitutes, it feels like Wenger, back when Wenger used to do it. He waits the 70th minute and then change the game, by which point it's too late. I think a Chelsea game where you beat us, I think it was you won the league that year, and you beat us 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. We didn't make any subs until about the 70th minute, and by which point you're 3-1 up. So, yeah, that was under Wenger. That was 16-17 when you won it with Conte.
Yeah.
And Hazard had that amazing one for the middle of the park. And again, like, we didn't change it till about the 75th minute. We didn't actually put a different option striker on, which actually scored us a goal until about the 83rd minute, something like that. So it's kind of like a copy from that, and we tried to get rid of that. We don't need it back.
Honestly, yeah. I'm just going to say, I speak for the whole football community in the world, and this Amazon documentary on Arteta and Arsenal is going to be absolutely bloody fantastic. We're going to get to see the Aaron. We're going to get to see the Aaron Ramsdale. We're going to get to see the Aaron Ramsdale behind the scenes. We're going to get to see what Arteta said in the dressing room of Brentford and Chelsea. Oh, it's going to be absolutely. Could you imagine? Could you imagine Arteta at halftime against Brentford? Right, lads, you played really, really well. What you go out, do exactly the same thing. Well, I'd be really interested to see if Arteta survives this season, because if he does, that documentary will be even better.
I think that's probably what. Do you know what? Part of me actually thinks the board will keep him in just to get the views on the
It's going to get views.
All for the money.
I get more views on the I get more views on it. But we'll wait and see. I'll wait and see on that one. But I can see Arsenal frustrating Chelsea and nicking it 1-0 just like last time. I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. The way we defend as well, I think our defending's worse than it was last season. But then again, I could be so wrong. But
if I see one build-up play from the back, I'm going to fucking lose shit in this game.
Yeah, that's the last thing I want to see Arsenal do against Chelsea is play out the back. I think that's also if Tuchel plays sort of a high-pressing game, he could easily exploit.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that's one way you could try and get at Chelsea as well, Monstar? Arsenal, sorry. If we start playing out from the back and do what we usually do, is that away
yeah,
you can try and get at
1000%.
Arsenal.
We can press you that way because we know like Granit Xhaka as well is so shaky on the ball, and we saw in the pre-season friendly where Tammy Abraham took the ball off him and went on to score in it. Granit Xhaka is so suspect playing out from the back. Leno as well is a bit suspect as well.
I don't know. I'm still might start look.
That is one way we could use to score against you guys.
Yeah. That is one. As our midfield doesn't exist with maybe even Partey in it. I think the Conga can. I think the Conga had a decent game against Brentford. It doesn't look too bad, but he's not the answer to what we need in the midfield. He's only 20. He's only 21 years old. So he needs time. So he did make Sterling into a world beater. Whatever. He did make Sterling into a world beater. I don't know whoever said that, but that was complete rubbish. Twat Xhaka. But it's this. I don't see, apart from the lineup that we played against Chelsea, I don't see us anything different. I don't see anything that, like, sometimes you can get to a manager and they could come up with something amazing, like something different that can work. But I just don't see it with Arteta. He doesn't look tactically aware and tactically aware at all when managing the game. So, can you understand, like, Monstar, like, Arsenal fans' frustration and being like unmotivated for this season completely and just already trying to write it off?
Of course, man. You know, with the window's been underwhelming. In general, Arteta's not really. I think we all knew Arteta was never really that coach, and I say like, you know, the worst thing that probably could have happened to Arsenal was them winning the FA Cup, because it gave them this false sense of, you know, they thought with, you know, he won the FA Cup, he's going to go on to be great. But, well, yeah, he did well. Winning the FA Cup was a good thing. He won the FA Cup. He won the Community Shield. The man has finished 8th and 8th. Do you get what I mean?
Mm.
That's shocking. He didn't even. There was not even any progress. You would have thought, he finished 8th the first season. Maybe he can do better the next season. But the man finished 8th again. Do you get what I mean? And if it wasn't for that run where everyone had done their business, and, you know, there was no one was really going for it towards the end. That's the only reason why Arsenal got 8th. Otherwise, if the other teams were on it at that point in the season, Arsenal would have probably finished 10th, 11th, if we're being honest. But there was no pressure, hence why they could finish 8th. But it's I don't know. Like, I'm actually surprised that he's still there, and he will remain there as well.
Yeah, and I think nearly every Arsenal fan's getting to a point. Why is he still here? And that's when you get to. It's when you start getting to a point. You start getting angry with Arteta. You start getting angry at the board and the owners, and why they're not making change and trying to sort the problem out. Because as like, if we were a ship, we're sinking fast. We're sinking fast and fast. And if you look at the way in history, like the way Newcastle went down to where they are, they gradually went down the table and nothing was being addressed. And it's sort of, if you see at Arsenal, it's what happened right now. They're gradually going down the table and nothing's being done to address the problems. So you could say in the next, 5 seasons tops, you could end up seeing Arsenal maybe being as bad as Newcastle has been at back because of the way they run and how badly it's run. I mean, Josh, do you agree with Monstar, like, with this whole thing, just like Arsenal fans just not interested? I mean, you've heard me before, and I'm just not interested at all.
No, I do feel really bad, because it's kind of a situation. I feel like it's that situation where Arsenal fans feel like they don't have their club anymore. It just feels like they don't, they're not involved. There's no transfers. You've got a manager there. He's clearly just not fit for the role. He just clear, ever since Arteta's came in, yes, okay, the half a season he won the FA Cup, but after that, I just don't know. He's had 4 transfer windows, 2 pre-seasons, a whole full season, and Arsenal still don't look like they know what they're doing as an identity of a football club. And it doesn't. Any big club. You've seen it with Jose Mourinho at Spurs. He got sacked the day before a League Cup final. Chelsea sacked Frank Lampard. Manchester United were close to sacking Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before he turned it around, and fair enough to him for doing so. But Arsenal have yet to contemplate sacking Mikel Arteta, and it just shows that there's no interest in the Arsenal board. That there's no ambition, there's no desire, there's no effort, there's no heart. And if you keep going like this, you're going to end up a mid-table club. Leicester's going to overtake over you. Aston Villa will take over you.
Leicester have already overtaken us. They've already done it. Spurs have even overtaken us. Spurs have. Right? Our arch rivals are better than us. They're not bigger, they're better. Right? Just get that out there. That's like saying Chelsea's nearest rivals are better than him.
And that's my point. It's and that's my point. Arsenal. It's a difficult situation because Arsenal are. I just don't see how things change for them. Even if Mikel Arteta does get sacked, if Arteta does get sacked, there's still the big issue with the board, the recruitment, the communication to the fans. There's much bigger. Arteta is a big problem, but I still think there's bigger problems outside of Arteta. So it's a very difficult situation, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it gets to the point, because I've seen it with Newcastle fans, where it gets to the point where Arsenal fans just lose interest and love with their club, because it just comes to the point where they just can't watch them anymore, and watch them and watch something that they've loved and desired for years of their life be minimized by one person who just simply does not care about the fans, the club, the players, or anything like that.
Yeah, I think I've got to a point like that. I think even watching just the Brentford game, I was like, I'm done with it. Can't do it. Right? It's like, so you get to a point, it's like your own mental health. I can't watch this. I can't do it. Now, usually it's Arsenal Tottenham and North London Derby. I would never miss that. I would like, I don't care what anyone else is doing in the world. I'm watching North London Derby, whether it's a friendly or it's a pre-season or it's a Premier League game. I was in the middle of Manchester when that was playing. I did not care one bit, right? Because I knew what was going to happen. I knew we were going to get beat. I knew Arteta wasn't good enough. I knew it was going to be boring. I just had no interest in the season as long as Arteta was there. Now, for me personally, that speaks volumes. Right? When an Arsenal fan doesn't care that much, he can't watch the North London Derby. That's how much they've pushed me to not caring.
Just to your point about the friendly, I know Arteta said after the game when he was asked, he said it was only a friendly. The result didn't matter.
Oh,
but
that's not a friendly. That's not a friendly. It's not a friendly. It's not a friendly.
But right. you look at how Spurs were celebrating the goal and how Son celebrated the goal. It didn't look like a friendly whatsoever.
It's not. It's not a friendly. No, it never is. I mean, Monstar. Do you ever count Tottenham Chelsea as a friendly?
No.
No.
Watching that game as well. If I'm being honest with you, watching that game, it didn't even look like a friendly. That was intense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. For me, like anyone that's, I would literally, any Arsenal fan I've sat there and they've said, "Oh, it was only a friendly." I'm like, "Are you an Arsenal fan? Seriously?" I mean, do you know that? You don't. If you know the North London Derby, mate, it's not a friendly, even if it's academy game. If it was an academy game, it's not a friendly. It's just, it matters no matter what it is. It could be the under-12s. It matters. You beat them. That's an end of story. So like even if you're beating like who takes first the penalties, you beat them first. So I mean T-Ho, I mean like you're trying to do the watch alongs with us, and like you can't bear watching this at me.
I try to watch paint dry.
I'll give you an example, mate. Like I think it was the second to last game of our last season. I was sitting there doing a watch along, and it was boring as hell, as usual. I'm sitting there like I'm gonna fall asleep in a minute.
Was that the West Ham game?
I don't know what game. No, I don't think. I think it might have been. I don't know. But I was up and I was watching it, and a mate, someone actually came in the chat and said, "I appreciate what you do on this channel. I can't watch this shit. I can't watch this I can't watch this game. Like, I'm sorry. I got to turn off." And I'm like, my God, Arsenal are actually stopping me doing my channel. Right? Like, they're costing me like views and stuff. So I can't. But I want to give Monstar. I want to try and also ask about your rivals for the title, Man United. What do you make of them first?
They look good, but in order for me to take them seriously, I got to see them over the stretch of at least till December, innit? And then from there, I'll consider how good they are.
Okay, Liverpool.
Liverpool, we know they're a great team, but I think, listen, let's be honest, they don't have a squad. They got a team, they don't have a squad, and in order to go through a stretch of the season, they got, in 2000 and what was it, 20, where they won the league. I think it was 20 where they won the league.
Yeah, 2020, 2019, 20.
They did it with just that 11. Do you know what I mean? This time around, like, you need a squad.
And
You saw last season, a couple injuries, and it all went to shit. And then they managed to pick up towards the end of the season.
Not to mention the fans as well. The fans as well they had is a big part.
It is. But at the same time, like, they still need, if their players are injured, there's nothing they can do. It's not going to help them.
Yeah. And lastly, Man City, which is probably your biggest rivals, I think.
Yeah, Man City are our biggest rivals, but with Man City as well, without a striker, if they get Kane, then they are favourites. Yeah. They don't get Kane, I don't see them as favourites, because they're the striker. You saw it against Tottenham. The striking issue is still there. They need a striker.
Yeah. I saw them last answer that game, and they were struggling to put the ball in the back of the net, though they were dominating large parts of the game. And it's like it's sort of the Chelsea game, Arsenal-Chelsea game before the end of the season last season. You dominated so much of the game, but you couldn't put the ball back. You couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. So, I mean, Josh, how do you? I'm going to go ask you again. Man United, how do you see them? You're on mute, mate.
I don't usually mute myself, so please put me off. Manchester United need a DM. I don't think Freddie McTominay going, over a course of a 38-game season will particularly be good enough to win Manchester United League. Obviously,
I know United fans know that as well.
I think I know Manchester United fans are very cocky about it, but Sancho could very easily not live up to the expectations. So you have to see what happens with Jadon Sancho. Paul Pogba as well. How does he do over the season? Obviously, his is his final year of his contract. So he could become very uninterested if he wanted to and just walk for free in June. So there's a lot of question marks over Manchester United, but they'll get top four comfortably. But I think they will not be. I don't think they're title contenders without that DM, because you look at Manchester City with Rodri, you look at Liverpool with Fabinho, look at us with Kante. They don't have that, and that's a key part to a successful team. So I think Manchester United are one player away, and I just feel like I think Solskjaer likes to have a very bad run during the season, and I feel like that will cost United a title challenge in this season.
Liverpool?
Liverpool's a bit of a funny one, because with a fully fit Liverpool team and a fan Douglas back on his form, and with Anfield having fans again, they are one of the toughest teams to go away to. They're probably the intensity they play. the intensity they play is insane. But they haven't replaced Wijnaldum, so they're quite short in midfield. Their goals in terms of their front three has started to dry up quite a bit. But Mane's goals contributions last season was quite low. Firmino really isn't a goal scorer. Diego Jota's came in, he's doing well, but he's not someone who's going to score you consistent goals. And I think you can't really rely on Salah for a whole season. I don't. I think people are underestimating Liverpool. I think some people are saying Liverpool's going to be a particularly easy side in terms of they're not going to be up there fighting for the league. I do think they will be 100% because I feel like their Anfield run's going to be back again. I don't see many teams. I personally don't see Chelsea beating them at Anfield. Regardless of their result against Arsenal. So they'll be up there, but I still think there's two other teams special on them.
Finally, Man City.
They need that number 9 because the Champions League final exposed the false 9 system does not work. It does not work on the big occasions. I noticed there against Spurs. Ruben Diaz, he's looking a bit suspect now. So you're starting to question. You're starting to question: are City really that good defensively as what they were last season? I feel like that's starting to be exposed a wee bit. And obviously no striker, and Kevin De Bruyne is starting to pick up a couple of injuries, which you'd be a bit worried about if you're a Man City fan. Questioning can he stay fit for a whole season? Jay says it's not fit to be a number 9 at a Premier League club. Never mind Manchester City. So I'd be interested to see what Pep Guardiola does. Will he have to stick with a false 9? Will he bring in someone else from a foreign league, which is not particularly why Man City do things, but desperate times make off with desperate measures. If City don't sign a striker, I think United will finish above them. So I feel like United will score more goals. It's a really hard one with City, and I feel like Pep Guardiola is starting to be exposed a tiny bit because his lineup against Spurs was diabolically bad. It was the worst lineup that he could have put out. So I feel like City will be title contenders or probably favourites for the title if they get Harry Kane, but otherwise the league's wide open for anyone to take off City's hands, and I feel like City could even be struggling for third or fourth. I just feel like without a striker and a suspect defence, Pep Guardiola could be in for something that he's not very used to, and that's not having the resources and the money that he always used to have.
Yeah, plus you must, as well as that, they've got this sort of case with FA over the they've got this case over the FA with the whole FFP and new evidence hanging over them, so that could end up impacting them this season in a way. But I want to just ask about you, Monstar, about because I mentioned that because I was on Sarcasm City last night and we were talking about Graham Souness's comments to Paul Pogba after he scored 4 assists, and sort of how this wasn't just an agenda there. What did you make of the comments, and how do you react to those? Can't hear you.
Sorry, I muted myself. If I'm being honest, I just think Souness has something against Pogba. I don't know what it is. I think he's a hater. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know what Pogba did to him, but there's something there. There's some deep hatred towards Pogba, which I don't know what it is, but he's just not telling us. That's all I think.
The only thing I see is that even if it was other United players, certain other United players don't get the hate from Souness, but Pogba and you could say Rashford maybe even do, and I don't get that. And I mean the guy. I mean I don't like. I know that they're like your rivals, but like I don't like Harry Kane. He's my rival, right? But if he scores a hat trick, you give him his flowers. You know what I mean? You praise him for what he's done, and to come out and say like, oh yeah, I expect that from £100 million forward. You don't expect 4 assists from a £100 million forward every single goddamn game. I'm sorry. Two tops, maybe, but every single game? Right, I'm sorry. Everyone's entitled to a bad game. So, yeah, it's what do you make of it, Josh?
It's a really good. It's a good point about Souness because it's mad to think that we've got 4 people here we've got 4 people here on the stream tonight, right? And we actually talk sense about football. We actually talk good football, and you've got Graham Souness who gets paid God knows how much for being on Sunday night football, whatever they really call it, and he talks a load of rubbish. So. Monster, you've spoken some good stuff. I would honestly maybe like to apply to Sky Sports and maybe actually take Graham Souness off because at least you know how to talk football unlike him, and at least you'd be well worth your money. At least you'd be.
But even his energy when Pogba was mentioned, it just looked like you could see there's genuinely some kind of hate there. Like his energy seemed off. I think there's something there personally.
This is how how we were describing it on Sarcasm City last night. Was there some sort of undertones there?
It's possible. I'm not gonna. I can't rule it out. I can't.
This is what we were thinking.
It's not just him though. When Gary Neville was talking about Harry Kane, he's giving Harry Kane every excuse in the book. He ain't giving no excuses to Harry. He's not giving no excuses to Pogba. Even when Adam McCullough pulled him up on it and on the overlap on Sky Sports, so he didn't want to give a straight answer, and Jamie Carragher had to come and bail Gary Neville out, So yeah, but I do have to get out of there though because I have to go and eat dinner.
Like I said, Monstar, thank you so much for coming on. Matt said hi in the chat. By the way,
you got Matt.
Hopefully, he just messaged us if you could get in touch with him soon, if that's okay with you. But like I said, thanks for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it, and really appreciate all your support as well. So,
no worries, man. Hey, take care. You guys enjoy yourself, man.
You're good to meet you.
You too, man.
Take care. Right, so yeah, we'll just end up wrapping it up here. We'll just go through some more comments actually. So get your questions in, get your comments in as well. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Make sure you go subscribe to Josh's channel as well. The Arsenal Pogs would be more appreciated for the green screen. Big up hybrid green screen. You know what I mean? Real stadium. Right,
Fuck the Emirates.
Yeah. Fuck Stamford Bridge as well. I'm sorry. This one didn't cost £1, mate. I didn't got £1 to buy this one. Sorry, Josh. What we were just talking about, like there. What would you say? Would you say there was something there, like what we were just mentioning just before Monstar left?
I do completely agree with everything everyone was saying. It's a very good topic. This is a very good topic to speak about. Predictions for Sunday.
We've got Premier League predictions coming up on Premier League Journey on Friday, Friday, I believe. So carry on.
I'll answer James' question because since I'm on that show on Friday, because I think it was on Sunday. So it was on that Super 6 thing I'm doing. I've got 2 each, James, for you and Leeds, just in case you're on them.
Okay.
I've totally forgot where I was. Now about it. Too many calls.
Sorry. James, the prediction for Sunday, Bane.
He's not wrong.
For an Arsenal fan.
Oh, the King Tony. I actually have them. I actually have Brentford beating Crystal Palace. So
no, he was actually he's also an Arsenal fan as well. So that's what he's saying. So he's both. You see, so but I feel that. I think with Arsenal, I think I do appreciate the fact that you guys not said you're going to absolutely batter us. I think Monstar's probably a bit more careful than he was before. I think the game before he was like, I think if you obviously ain't seen like Monstar's vid on, I think it was the football test a long time ago. Before the Chelsea game, he was like, "This is where we end Chelsea, like Arsenal." He was wearing the 03-04 shirt where Wayne Bridge scored, like at Highbury in the Champions League, and this is where we end Arsenal, and it didn't go quite to plan. So yeah, I think he's a bit more careful about his predictions these days, but yeah, fair play to him, obviously, to coming on, but. As usual, but yeah, what's your prediction, Josh, on Sunday?
Prediction for Sunday, 1 each. Don't think we'll win.
Ooh, oh come on! You got to be winning. You got to be beating us if you want to get to.
Again, Arsenal just always turn up against us, man. If there's even like last season at the bridge, you guys will get the luck of some dodgy pass, or we'll just not score, we'll not turn up. I despise Arsenal. They're our bogey team. I just don't think we'll win.
Siho, what are you saying, man?
I find it really difficult to predict this game because, in one hand, we're terrible, but on the other hand, a derby is always different. We always, like Josh said, we always perform against Chelsea. Like, I just go with a draw in between, a 1-1 draw or anything.
Maybe call me Mr. Negative. I don't think we're going to win. But before I predict this, I know someone in the chat I know it might be someone in the chat, Jonathan, maybe, but that might come out and say, "Why are you predicting Arsenal to lose? You said you don't want, you should never want a team to lose." By the way, I don't want them to lose, but I think they're going to lose. There's a difference. I don't want them to lose, of course, but I definitely think they will, and I think it will be a 3-1. I think it'll be a 3-1. Yeah, 3-1 Chelsea. They will tear us. They will tear us limb from limb. Right.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
But mate, Arteta is going to bend over and he's going to say, "Tuchel, whatever way you want it." Right.
I'm going to say this now. If we do score, I'm definitely coming into the watch along to see your reaction.
But mate, honestly, I'm telling you now, like, because I'll tell you what, if we win, you know what's happening. You know what's happening.
I won't accept second best. I won't accept it, Robbie. I don't want it. People are out there clinging on to, but we beat Chelsea 3-0. Yeah, let's go home and wank in a sock. You fucking idiots.
You know it. They won't live it down. That's it. We beat Chelsea. We're gonna go win the league. Woo! Yay!
Arteta is so good. Woo!
Do I think that we could even beat Spurs at Wembley? No. Man City. Who else is in it? Chelsea. Do you think we're gonna beat them?
Not United.
United? No.
I remember. I remember when Arteta. I remember when you guys put Manchester United at the Emirates last season. Towards the start of the season, and everyone's like, "Oh, Arteta, he's far better than Frank Lampard and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer." And I know Lampard hasn't survived his job. I know Lampard didn't survive his job in the end.
Hang on. Lampard, I don't think. Lampard, I don't think that was that bad.
No, wait.
It wasn't. I don't think it's bad as Arteta.
It was too. Lampard has something that Arteta doesn't have, and that's expectations and pressure. It was very clear that Lampard just.
Yeah, Arteta doesn't have any. Is nowhere as bad as this. I've never seen a manager as bad as this. I've never seen it. Honestly, sorry. I just. No pain for Brentford. I've just watched Rocky 3 for a minute's time. I just want to quickly get to Amol Magdum. Sorry if I've said that wrong, by the way, mate. Please do hit the like and subscribe button. This is for charity, as it says down below. Hi, I am a Chelsea fan. but I have a genuine question for the panel here. Where do you see Arsenal this season at the Premier League table? I said originally 10th. I'm now predicting 12th. That's the I don't unless it all depends on Arteta whether he stays or goes. I don't think he'll stay to the end of the season. Big up Jonathan as well. Hope you're well, mate. Another thing more. Oh, darn. Arteta is the worst manager I've seen. Big up, Grant, man. Where have you been, mate? I hope you're well. Smash the like button. Great to see you back in the chat. Don't be a stranger again. Right? Yeah, man. It was great to see you. So, big up Static as well in the chat. I hope you're doing well, boy. Smash that like button. Static, just give us a double check on how many likes we've got, please. Just keep an update. But yeah, I don't see like us like Eddie doing anything
13.
well. You said 13.
No, we've got 13 likes.
Oh, 13 likes. I thought you.
Oh, I said.
Is that
I
30
said-
or 13?
13.
13.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that to 20. See if we can get that to 20. We have Monstar on the channel, man. Anyone who hasn't turned up late, sorry, we did. Sorry, he had to bounce, but yeah. Obviously tomorrow we'll be doing a combined 11 of Arsenal's and Arsenal Chelsea squad. So I'd love to see. I'd love to big up, smash the like and subscribe now, mate. Thank you, man. Like if you could share the stream as well, get more people to subscribe. We're on our way to 1.1k. As I said, this is all for charity, as it says below. Children's Liver Disease Foundation. I've had liver disease all my life, so I raise money for charity. So this is what it all is. It's not for me, anything. So it's just, yeah. So, yeah.
Anyway, about the table prediction.
Yeah, what did you say about the table prediction?
I was way too optimistic. I said fucking 6th, and what a terrible mistake. I have us 9th now. And
What did I say?
And that's even probably too generous.
Stephen, I came on to say hello, as I'm not in a great place right now. Keep up the good work always. Hey, Static, man. If you need to, mate, if you ever need to call me on Insta, call me. Just drop a call, man, on Insta or a message, and yeah, mate. So make sure you do that because it really does help.
Yeah, me too, myself.
Football Capo. Nice to see you in the chat again, mate. Smash the like button, please. I'm going to open the lines up as well. I might open the lines up just for the last bit. See if you get people to have to come and have their say. Because this is what I love about my channel. I love to try and get people on to have their say. So let's put the like and put the comments in. Put it on all destinations as well. Put it in Twitch. Stay strong, bud. Take care, Stephen. Panel. Big up. Make sure to just drop us a message if you can. But we are going to come to the end of this now. We're going to try and give it 5 minutes to see if people want to come on. Yeah. So big up Static as well. So yeah, I think with Arsenal, I would line up. If I was going for a lineup, hang on, Josh, I'll ask you your lineup. What would you go with lineup?
Mendy in goal. I would go for back three of Thiago Silva, Rudiger, and Azpilicueta. I would keep Alonso at left wing back. Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle. Reece James on the right, and then Mason Mount is number 10 with Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku as the front two.
Come on, Chris, man. Like, give it to an Arsenal, give it to an Arteta in fan, man. Like, I don't deserve the tears. Man. Not gonna lie, mate. I am from India. Arsenal and Chelsea have really big fan bases here, but from last 3 to 4 years, not seeing more Arsenal fans come out to support as they used to before. Big up from India, man. It's a pleasure you have you on. Thanks for the support. It really does help. We also got a membership, as I said, to join a membership below. It's a monthly little donation to Children's Liver Disease Foundation. So yeah, it's a big up from India, and I hope the situation's getting better there, because I know the COVID situation last time I checked wasn't great. So I hope it's getting better. So I hope you're getting the jabs to yeah. King to listen to a lot of Arsenal fans. You think he was? So my head is in the most big ups. Love to you guys. Chris, fair point. Yeah, man. Yeah, my lineup would be Leno in goal, not Ramsdale. I put Suarez. Fuck Chambers. Suarez. I'd put I'll get to some more questions in a minute. Big up, hope the future comes for you. Big up, man. Thank you. What am I still trying to say? Yeah, I'd think also Ben White. Who else is not injured? Is it Murray? Is Murray injured?
Yep. Nope, he's not.
Who is injured?
Gabriel,
Oh fuck.
and that's it, I think.
That's it.
Yeah, Holding is available, Murray is available, and well, White of course.
Holding.
Yeah.
Holding. At least it's a British connection.
Yeah, but Arteta's never gonna play a right-footed centre back at left centre back.
Yeah, I know, but because I don't care. I don't care what Arteta thinks. It's what I think. I've given up what Arteta thinks. I'll put El Neni and Xhaka in the mid. I'll put El Neni and Lokonga in the middle, not Xhaka. I'll put Tierney on the left, and I'd put Saka on the right, Pepe on the left, Martinelli up front, and Smith Rowe in the middle. That's what you should have done against Brentford. That's what I would go for. I mean, Tio, what would you go for?
I just have to.
Don't worry about what Arteta thinks. Worry about what you want.
Exactly the same as what you said. I mean, there's not really any big changes you can make. Maybe there is literally no good change you can make. It's just what you said, yeah.
It's not. It's not at all. Chris Candy has more chance of appearing on us. Static. Yeah, cheap up with good work, Josh, as well. Partey is really better than Jorginho, and White is better than. Yeah, no. Let's just drop that straight away. I don't think Partey's better than Jorginho. I don't think he is. What do you, Josh? I don't think that's right, do you?
No, so it's better than White by a mile.
Yeah, Ramsdale signing will make sense if we sell Leno. Both equally error prone in the winter/summer for the same price, and go for Onana. I'll go for Onana, man. What? I mean, 10 million for Onana, right?
6
Well, not even that. 6 even. 6 million pays for him.
Yeah, but then
right?
if you if Leno gets injured, Onana can't play until November, I think it is. Then you have to play with.
But doesn't matter. If you get Onana, you get Leno's injured. We've got Onana.
Yeah, but if Leno gets injured, like against Chelsea, and we have Onana, then we can't play him until November, and then we have to play Gunnarsson.
To be honest, do you think it's going to get any worse?
Yeah, with Gunnarsson and goal, definitely, because he's just...
Mate, it couldn't get any worse if you tried. So either way, but then if Leno gets injured for the rest of the season, like away from November, then we're screwed anyway. So it doesn't make a difference. You might as well just spend the 6 million. You already have a Nana and mate, we already do. My team would be Leno, Cedric, Holding, White, Tierney, Lokonga, Maitland-Niles, actually. Wow. Pepe, Smith Rowe, Saka, and Martinelli. Do you think Saka should be on the other side, by the way, on the right? I don't know, but yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there anyway, guys, because there's not much else to say, to be honest. Former Barcelona and knows how to play with his feet, but plus he's a beast out of crosses. Yeah, man, I agree with that totally. But anyway, we're gonna have to wrap it up there. Make sure to smash the like button, mates. Guys, make sure to smash the subscribe button as usual. Please do join the membership, guys. It's from as little as $1.99. Just hit the join button below. It's a monthly donation to Children's Liver Disease Foundation. Got loads of perks, right? Warrior Hire, you get to do members only live streams, which we should be starting once we get enough members. Just trying to get up to 20 of those members or higher, which really would help the charity, and then like we can bring that exclusive content for you guys. We're back tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Hot Off the Press show, and then we're back 8 p.m. after that for a combined 8:30 p.m. I believe, and then it's predictions on Friday plus checker flag show. Don't forget the F1. Then it's Saturday games, watch-alongs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Big up Football Capo, man, becoming a member. Really do appreciate it, man. It really means a lot. Thank you. Really do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to us. So thank you. Cheers, guys. Big up to all you. Take care. Big up. Just subbed. Loved that cause and the graft, my bro. Big up, man. Really do appreciate it. And you could do just the same just by joining below and also hitting the subscribe button. But we'll be back later on tomorrow. Until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.